For many years, the name VUSI Madlala was whispered in the shadows of South Africa's underworld. He was a ghost, a legend, a man everyone knew about but few truly understood. He lived life of incredible luxury, wore the most expensive clothes and moved in circles of power that most people can only dream of. But now, that life is over. This is not just a story about a criminal. This is the story of a cartel kingpin, his shocking connections to the highest level of government and police, and why he is right where he belongs, behind bars with no hope of getting out. VUSI didn't just become a kingpin overnight. His story is one of the building a powerful web. He was the owner of a security company, but this wasn't a normal company. Investigators believe the guns from his security company were not used for protection. They were linked to more than 18 murders carried out by his alleged hitman and close associate KT Molefe. This security company was, as they say, just a front for his violent criminal operations. But his power went far beyond just violence. He built connections that reached into heart of South Africa's political elite. He was famously photographed with high-ranking ANC officials, making him look untouchable. Now, let's talk about the shocking connections, Cele, Maumela, and the ANC. This is where the story becomes mind-blowing. VUSI's name is tangled with some of the most powerful people in the country. Let's break it down. He had well-known links to ANC figures like Brown Mogodzi and KT Molefe. But the most explosive allegations involve former Minister of Police, Cele, and a man many call the biggest kingpin of them all, who is known as Don Maumela. The rumor, which has been circulating for years, is that Don Maumela is the real boss. It is alleged that VUSI Cele, and Don Maumela would meet at Maumela's properties to discuss underground criminal operations. Imagine a whole minister allegedly meeting with country's top alleged mafia bosses to discuss business. This level of connection we are dealing with. This is why people were so afraid of VUSI. It wasn't just his own power. Here is the interesting part, giving orders to the state, the Senzo Mchunu scandal. His influence was so great that he might have even been giving orders to the state itself. Remember the KZN Political Killings Task Team? That was a special unit designed to stop assassination hits on politicians. According to a high-ranking official, General Mkhwanazi, there was an attempt to disband that same team. And who did he point finger at? He alleges that underground world, which people refer to as VUSI and Don Maumela, tried to shut it down. Think about what that means. Alleged criminal kingpin having so much power that he can influence shutting down of unit designed to stop the very murders he was linked to. The Tembisa Hospital scandal and other crimes. The web of scandal doesn't end there. His name, along with Don Maumela's, came in massive Tembisa Hospital corruption scandal. It is alleged that they were involved in looting millions from the hospital through crook tenders. This shows his operations were not just about murders and guns. They were also about stealing public money on gigantic scale. And on a more personal level, himself and his wife willing to attempted murder of ex-girlfriend Deborah Tobijani. There is nothing he was never involved in. Now let's talk about the fall. Arrest and bail denied. So how does he man this powerful fall? Finally, the law caught up to him. He was arrested and faced serious charges. But a man like VUSI has resources. He applied for bail, probably thinking his connections and wealth would get him out. But the court saw right through him. He was denied bail. The judge gave many reasons. He was a flight risk, danger to witnesses, a threat to society. They mentioned the Madlanga Commission, which was looking his and others' alleged crimes as a reason might interfere with the case. Most importantly, the court knew he had the means to disappear. Now here is the question. Why was he such a big flight risk? Because VUSI wasn't just rich in South Africa. He had properties and investment in other countries ready for a quick escape. It is reported that he owns property in Eswatini and already had fake Eswatini ID, showing he had planned for a life on the run. He also has businesses, links, and properties in Mozambique, Dubai, Morocco. This man had a global escape plan ready to go. The court was absolutely right to say he would vanish if let out on bail. Let's get to the end of the era. This is the update of his prison life. He is locked up, he is staying locked up, and his empire is crumbling around him. The expensive life, clothes, fast cars, and giving orders to politicians and police is finished. The story of VUSI Matlala is a shocking look into how deep corruption and crime we can go into this country. It shows a dangerous mix of underworld violence and top-level politician protection. For a long time, people didn't know how connected this guy was. Now we do, and this is why his life of power has finally come to an end. This is the update. The Mafia boss has lost his last life.